Okay, part two. I had an alarm interrupt, so now I have to make a second video because I'm doing the wifey update. So you can watch part one about my personal update and the first part of the core on mental health. This is the second part of the core on mental health. And I was trying to tell you that we're not going to have psych wards, which are actually creating mental illness. If you look at the antipsychotic revolution in the 1970s, it only works on 10% of people. 90% of diagnoses have been estimated to be shown, well, not even estimated, they studied it, to be 90% being overdiagnoses. And that's because it's very lucrative to have big pharma, right? But we've also shown that since that time, 50, 60 years ago, that those drugs do not increase the chance of recovery in all those people. I gotta cut my nails. You can tell I'm in the poverty trap with the poor. But as you help pick me up, we're gonna be picking up the poor too, because I'm down here with them. Because that's where the Messiah needs to be in the beginning. Just like you don't judge a society by how it treats its rich, you judge it by how it treats its poor. So if we can get this started down here, bottom up, grassroots up, then we're also getting the Harvard top down on my LinkedIn and all these 3 pipelines that we got going. So we figured out how to get people on board, which is exciting. I'm actually more excited to work on it than some other avenues. Like I got a couple of millionaires I'm supposed to talk to. If you're not a visionary right now, like I don't feel like the children are going to get saved. You know, there's 8 million children that are going to die of diarrhea. And the 50 million millionaires are not doing it. And we need to get them doing the right thing. They have good hearts. They don't have the genuine wisdom yet. So I'm going to teach it with your help. And you can learn it too. It's like the ABCs of God or true science. So whether you're atheist or theist, right? Science is atheistic mostly. Theism is usually against human science. We're bringing them together in the right way because everybody belongs in this wise government. Okay, so in terms of mental health, we got to build these new spirit wards that looks for the goodness in people, because studies are showing, even just today on LinkedIn, they did a study showing that psychosis is increasing. AI is increasing the amount of mental health problems and dependencies on it. And the most shocking statistic was that out of these hundreds and hundreds of cases, 60% of people didn't have a prior mental illness, meaning that stable people are becoming ungrounded because AI is causing something called reality collapse. Remember that. Reality collapse. Psychosis is a loss of reality. And as you know, if you go on the internet, it's already starting, because AI is making videos so good, you can't tell which ones are fake and which ones are real. And by the end of this year, we won't be able to tell, because Claude Mythos is moving even faster than the last 2.5 years. It's only been like 2 or 3 years since the world has found out about AI, and look what's happening. Almost every single person is pivoting their business on LinkedIn, this business website, because they know if they don't, they're not going to have a business. In fact, they're not going to have a business anyway, because AI is taking all the jobs and they're laying off tens of thousands of people. Happening right now, 400% faster than even the most futuristic, fictional realities or predictions. Like science fiction didn't even predict it happening this quickly in terms of a realistic timeline. So reality collapse is why we're going to be focusing on mental health, because it's going to get psychotic, collective psychosis. That means entire communities of people will start acting bizarre. Because if you're not grounded in your inner world on something stable and loving and compassionate, you get unseated and you start trying to preserve yourself in what's called pre-psychotic terror, and it's over. I feel like I said this yesterday, actually. When you make 500 of these videos, you start to lose track. And I'm repeating the core to all these people. Like I just added 80 Harvard contacts, like I said, I think yesterday. I've met hundreds of people in the last couple of weeks. It's a lot. I'm going hard for you. I'm going full blast. Okay. And yeah, I will be getting back on the Hungerstrike in a couple of days. I went 28 days without food before, as you guys know. That's a lot. Going a month without eating is hard. So please don't let me wait that long again. Okay, we need to get more blessings, more trainings. Training is now the big thing. We've cracked the code in terms of bringing people on board from the upper class, the middle class, and the lower poor exploited class. I call them exploited because they're being exploited by the people in the upper class, and the good hearts up here don't think that they're doing that, but they are. That's why we're in a trap. That's why the path to hell is being paved with good intentions, is because we don't understand how the fabric of reality works. And we're about to lose it in this mental health crisis. So come learn the proof of truth, get grounded on actually something stable. Not a cult, right? We teach you to be critical thinking. Even if you believe in God and have faith in God, we're raising faith to certainty, a science, a proof of God, okay? A proof that science is objective if you're atheist. All right, that's how we're going to unite the atheists and the theists. Incredible. One of the first miracles we're going to do. Okay, that's the core for today. As your family starts to despair and they don't have any proportional solutions, point them in this direction. All right. The emergency core, world news, is, Iran. Donald Trump is holding out in Iran, and 20% of oil exports go through this. So it's kind of genius because his allies in NATO are abandoning him. And so he's forcing them, the whole world, to get their butts in gear. Australia is already hoarding. In India, they're fighting over gas. It's already happening. Like, Australia only has 38 days of reserves left until their entire country shuts down. Think about that. And most countries are like that, including Canada. So it's kind of a genius move in a way, because whether or not you like Donald Trump, it's going to work. As long as people can't push him out of Iran, who controls the Strait of Hormuz, right? That's where the oil comes through. He just has to wait 1 month, like one more month, and the rest of the world is going to freak out or have to take different approaches rapidly. But most governments can't move that fast. Okay, AI is also happening, despite how bad the wars are. And there's been 1 million deaths just between Russia and Ukraine, you guys. Gaza, Palestine, Israel, there's been 2,000 attacks since the ceasefire. Last year, the first one, never mind the recent one. But Claude Mythos is really the game ender. That's the beginning of our end. If you do not help me align it with universal logic, it can save our lives. It's the structure of pure wisdom in a rational way that's also divine and artistic and beautiful. And speaking of beauty, the wifey. So we can have our vegan cake and eat it too, right? We can cook our vegan cake and eat it too, because we can take our professional, personal, and activist lives. And if we do this in the mode of sublation, in the mode of wisdom, we can get an abundance. Our dreams can come true, not the nightmare that we're getting, but you have to act now, okay? Go research Claude Mythos, CLAUDE space MYTHOS. Because I'm not going to meet my wife, and you're not going to meet your wife or husband or person, or if we're all enslaved or dead, which is roughly somewhere between 50 and 95% chance. The experts are saying that. Jeffrey Hinton, the godfather of AI, is saying that. The chances are getting less and less as the years have passed. If you love the people around you, get out of the ordinary, arrogant, human, complacent consciousness. If you're watching this video, God, the universe, science, your own wisdom has brought you here. You're one of the few that is discovering this within time, okay? That means you are great in some reason, in some way, okay? And if you know my wifey, send her my way, because I would love to be doing this with somebody else and not in this basement alone all the time. Not that I have any privacy anyway, right? Because I'm streaming 24/7. I got all my lids around here because I'm eating like crazy to recover. And she's going to be amazing. She's vegan. She has a big heart. She's willing to take risks for people. She's willing to risk her own life. She's gorgeous on the inside as well as the outside. She takes care of herself. She treats herself like a temple, even though she grinds pretty hard because we're in an emergency. And she's wise. She gets it. So she wakes up motivated and she cares, okay? What's my wifey slogan? If she's too hardcore for everybody else, she's just right for me, okay? So we'll help you too. We're building a community so that we can stay human and spirited while we take on this amazing challenge together, this incredible challenge. Okay, we can do it as long as you join us. Okay, keep sublating. We'll see you tomorrow. Peace.